Welcome back to another video, guys. My name is Chief Pat, and today bringing you guys a special Clash Royale video that serves as a little bit of a time capsule because I don't know how long I'm going to be in this position. So Clash Royale is Supercell's new game, which soft launched in a couple of countries. Fortunately, I did have a Canadian Apple ID, so I was able to start playing. And yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys because I am currently the #1 player in the world. It's actually pretty sweet. I've never been #1 in a Supercell game before. I was #3 in Boom Beach when it was in beta, and in Clash I've gotten into the top 200, but never #1, so it felt pretty good to get the top spot at 1,445 trophies. Now, I do have a little bit of an advantage because I've been playing it longer than most players because I had a chance to test it when I was out in Helsinki, Finland at the Supercell headquarters, but I more or less wanted to make this video just so I can look back at it, maybe if Clash Royale is some huge amazing game one day, and to be able to remember that I was the #1 player at some point in the game. So I'm not just going to show off the leaderboard. Let me go ahead and show you guys a replay and break it down. And this is actually a pretty fun match I had against a Reversal, who's a Boom Beach YouTuber, and I'm sure he'll start posting some videos for this game as well. So Reversal was in the top 5. We went ahead and went into battle. We've actually been facing each other quite a lot, and let's go ahead and start it out. So you can see my starting deck. I'm going to go ahead and pause it real quick. I started with an Inferno Tower, some Skeletons on defense, as well as a Musketeer and a Balloon. So what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to set my Inferno Tower first. That's generally the way I want to do it. Looking at his deck, he does have the Minion Horde, which is really strong. It's a pack of minions that, unfortunately, my Inferno Tower is really weak against. But I went ahead and threw my Goblin Barrel down, which is a little bit of a troll card, but it's going to do a ton of damage against one of his towers. So Musketeer, which looks like a super archer, she's going to start shooting at that dragon, as well as it looks like I'm going to start dropping some goblins to protect against his Goblin Barrel. And so far so good. I've done a significant amount of damage just with that one Goblin Barrel on the left-hand side, and I definitely have the advantage so far in this battle. Now, taking a look at what cards I have now, I'm just sort of saving up my elixir, examining what he has. I don't have any ranged cards that can shoot this Minion Horde, like I told you guys, which means I have to improvise with the Knight right here, and then drop my Inferno Tower to help out with the minions. But the Inferno Tower takes a long time to charge up. It's actually not very good against those low HP units, but if it runs into something like a giant, a dragon, something like that, it's actually really effective, so I make sure to include it into a lot of my decks. So same thing on the top left-hand side, I dropped my Goblin Barrel. He did have arrows, though, to counter it, so I didn't get as much damage off as I did last time. It worked really well the last time that I dropped it, just because he was out of elixir, but I'm not going to be able to do it too many times because he does have that really strong counter card whenever I throw that Goblin Barrel. So still, so far, so good. He's got 216 hit points left on that top left, Crown Tower right there. Looks like I'm going to start dropping my Skeletons to play a little bit of defense. Barbarians, Balloons on the left-hand side for a nice push, and I'm going to drop my Goblins to help protect this bottom right-hand tower. Now, I am going to get that tower on the top left. That's definitely not a question. Looks like my Balloon's going to go ahead and go over and start attacking that Barbarian hut. But unfortunately, I gave up a lot of damage on my bottom right-hand tower, and my advantage sort of disappeared. I got a little bit of a damage on his King, but still, he still has 1,866 HP left on that Crown Tower on the top right. So I don't think that was a really good trade to take out that tower on the top left, where I could have just dropped a Goblin Barrel or something like that. So far, things are actually tied up, and he's making a little bit of a comeback. Those Barbarian huts get really strong in overtime. They're a little bit expensive, so you can't play them often, but looks like he's getting that double elixir in overtime, which is doing a really nice job for him. But I do have the Balloon. It's going to start making its way through Goblin Barrel as well. I should get a fair amount of damage off onto this Crown Tower, and it looks like I have the advantage from here on out. So he still has a dragon coming, as well as I don't have a ton of elixir, so I got to be careful on defense. I can't let him get this rush going on. He's got the Minion Horde going crazy. At this point, I was sort of freaking out. I dropped my Barbarians to play a little bit of defense. He's got a Balloon on the left-hand side. Luckily, I did have my Inferno Tower. I placed that really well, and I was able to take that Balloon out. I can't tell you guys how exciting this game is when you play it live, and I will be doing a ton of live commentaries, but my Musketeer is going to take care of that Witch, and we're still in extra time as I drop my Goblin Barrel on that top right-hand side. It didn't get any damage off, though, because he does have the arrows, and at this point, I was sort of freaking out because he had 2 Barbarian huts. Things were getting really intense, and I needed to make sure that I kept my cool in order to get the victory. All right, so spamming the emotes, making sure he still knows that I'm having a good time. Musketeer and Inferno Tower have gone down. At this point, I'm ready to make a giant push on the right-hand side, and let's go ahead and see what he decides to do. He drops a Barbarian Hut. Now, that's going to cost him a lot of elixir, so I know this is my chance to run. This is my chance to go. I'm going to go ahead and drop my balloon, or my Goblin Barrel right now to go ahead and take care of that hut, or I mean that building on the top right-hand side. Musketeer is going to take one more shot and clean up that victory as he has an amazing amount of troops coming towards my king. I think I would have lost that battle if I wasn't able to go ahead and take care of the tower right there, unless I was able to throw a Goblin Barrel at it. So a really fun battle against Reversal, and overall that's what put me inside of the #1 spot. So I'm really enjoying Clash Royale. I will be posting a bunch of videos for that soon. Don't worry, of course Clash of Clans still is the main game of my channel, but I do love this game. It's pretty sweet to be #1 in the entire world, and I definitely will remember this, especially if this game eventually goes global and blows up into some huge amazing game, which I think it definitely has the potential to do. But yeah, that's it for this video. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out.